Yeah, I think both games I thought we played really well, especially on the offensive side and then defensive side. So, I think South Al, we put a complete game together. I thought we played really, really well. And then against Southern Miss, we played really well the second quarter or first half. And then second half or third quarter, we were a little slow. We had a little bit of hard time scoring. But I thought we got scores when we needed them. And, we defended like we needed to. So, that was two big wins. And, this coming up week is going to be a tough one, and then you got to face it again next week. So hopefully we can stay healthy and keep on improving, getting our chemistry together and continue to score and defend.
Your last two road wins by double digits as you prepare to go back on the road. What is something you have seen from this team as they play away from Lafayette and in these road matchups?
What I like, and anytime that you have any type of system, if the kids believe in it, it seems like it works a little bit better or a lot better. And I think on the road, that's one of the things that we really, really preach. We may not be making shots like we're capable of. Offense may not be as productive as we want it to be, but then you can always defend. I mean, that's one of the things that we feel that we can always do. And I think they're starting to believe in making stops. And when we make stops and we play good defense, our offense seems to get better and vice versa. So I think that's the thing. You get on it's like ever since I've been here, I don't think the road really bothers us that much. It's just maybe we don't match up with the team that good, but the road's not as bad. Now, Arkansas State, we haven't had as much success as we'd like to. I remember one year we went and lost by 50 on a Saturday, and then we turned around and played in the tournament the Tuesday against them and lost to them in overtime. So it's a little bit tougher to play, and I think that. And Troy's not, Troy's tough to play. Troy's is a tough team to play, and both of them are playing similar. It seems like Arkansas State's changed their system a little bit to play a little bit faster and shooting threes and press the whole game. So it's going to be anxious to see. It's going to be a week of both games will be tough. So can we withstand that, especially from the first game to the second game on the road?
So is it the best week to be playing a Wednesday, Saturday as opposed to a Thursday, Saturday?
Well, yeah, I think so, because of the travel too. I mean, that's we're going 8 to 9 hours in Arkansas State. That's just some tough travel. And then you got to get on a bus and go another 7 hours to Troy. That makes it tough. And then we won't be back till Sunday morning at 2 a.m. So, and then you got to start that next week. You start back Monday, so you got a little bit of Sunday to rest and recover from whatever, injuries that or nagging injuries that might be there. But yeah, it'll be a tough travel. I think it's, it would have been nicer to play South Al and Troy. That's usually what it was, but hey, it is.
You're talking about playing one high-paced game and another high-paced game.
Yeah, that's going to be, it's and then the travel too. That's tough. No, you're right. They both playing similar basketball.
So the last few years with Arkansas State, it's been about shutting down one score. So you're saying it's very different.
It's very different, and I think because they're pressing the whole game and they're speeding up the game, it works in their favor because you get into the third and fourth quarter and you start to wear down. Depending on what type of lineups you're going to have. Like for us, our press breaking lineup is a little different. And those kids got to stay in more minutes and stuff like that. So I think it's going to take a toll, and I think that's what ends up happening when you start to play like Marshall did last year. That's what I think a lot of people are starting to look at that and trying to emulate that type of basketball. And I think Arkansas State, they've won some games doing it that way.
So in the past, I know when we go to Troy, the idea was like if we play their game, we're not going to beat them, so we got to try and get them out of their element. This year, you guys are a lot more capable of scoring, it feels like, quickly. But is there still a desire to try to slow them down and get them to play your style?
Yeah, I don't think that our program can withstand the whole 40 minutes of playing like Troy. Now, you got to take advantage, and that's why, like D. Rice was so good. She beat Troy the most times of anybody that I've had here. She knew when to go, and you got to know when to run and when not to run because they want you to continue to be like them and keep coming and I always felt you're never out of game with Troy. You got to realize, you could go down by 10, and man, within 5 minutes you're back even again. So it's I don't think we can play. Even though we are going to be a little bit better scorer, that's going to help us a lot. But can we defend them? That's going to be the thing. Can we slow them down? Because they're top in the country in rebounding, and then what they do is they shoot it to go get it, and that's tough, man. It's tough to you can't emulate it, and you don't realize how important it is to block out and to do the little fundamental things to keep them off the board. And if you turn over the ball, man, that's what they want you to turn the ball. They want you to shoot quick on a long rebound so they can get out and go. They want to shoot every 4 seconds. So I don't think we can do that. I mean, I don't want to do that, but if we can take advantage of when we know, and I think that's, I think TR has gotten better at it, and hopefully she can play that type of game.
That being said, you had 4 people come off the bench Saturday that played at least 15 minutes. Does that help in a situation?
No doubt. I think the injuries that we had early on helped the other kids to be able to play a little bit more and get more comfortable and stuff. So I think that's going to be a big thing for us. Now that we have, better numbers, we 10 or 11 deep right now, and we can rotate them in and out. I think that'll help too, because, man, when you're playing 7 kids, that was tough to do. And if we were doing that now, we wouldn't see ourselves as 4-1.
So how did Jalen make through the week in the 2 games that she played?
She did good, man. I think, she's one of them that's pretty much always in shape, just her body type allows her to just get up and down the floor. And, she plays with a lot of high energy. And again, I don't think enough people give her credit for how she's really bought into our defense. You had a scorer that you're putting out there that can really guard and take charges and do all what we need. She knows what we need to do. And it may not be always pretty the way she does it, but she really does make a big difference on the defensive side. It adds, it adds that extra that we really need. And she rebounds.
The first game last year against Troy was obviously really bad, and then you guys played them better the next time and beat them in the tournament. You talked about you just can't simulate it until you see it. So how important, knowing you play them again, you could run into them at another point. No matter what the result is this week against Arkansas State Troy, to kind of show your team like this is how it's going to be when you play these fast-paced games.
Yeah, that's the bad thing. We got a lot of newcomers, and they won't understand it. I mean, we can show them on film, we can explain to them, but all the players that they finally play, and they're like, oh wow, you got to play in it to be able to. So it's difficult, because they make you feel like, man, you can go. Like they almost giving you the lane sometimes, They just rebound so well. And that first time that we played them last year, they just shot lights out. I mean, there was just we could not guard any of them because they just kept shooting and shooting. And usually they're missing the putbacks and all that. They shot the ball extremely well. And then we came back over here, and remember we only had 7 players. We were struggling to put a team out there, and we played them really well, because they didn't shoot it as well, I thought. And I thought we defended a little bit better. So, I mean, that's the thing is you got to be able to try to find a way to slow them. There's a way to defend them, and you got to make sure that you rebound. That's, you always ask me, hey, what's the important thing? We got to rebound. And I think we have a better rebounding team this year than we've had in the past.
Erica Lafayette, she's really starting to hit her stride. I mean, she's one of the top 3-point shooters in the conference. What does it mean to you as a coach to have someone like that who can really affect the game and come in and score at a high level?
Yeah, for us, it's pretty big, because that's one of the things that we have a hard time finding is somebody that can really shoot the ball, that can kind of defend. And I think we held her back. We didn't play her a lot at the beginning of the year, but it really worked because she wasn't defending. And so we didn't play her. So you didn't see those scores. We knew she potentially, that's all. I mean, there's not a shot she hadn't seen she doesn't like. And I mean, she's going to put it up, and she's confident in herself, and that's what you need in a shooter. She can miss 3 or 4 shots and come back and make 3 or 4 shots. So I think that's the thing. It's big for us, but the thing that to me is she's getting better defensively. She's not the best at it, but she's getting better at it. So it gives her an opportunity. And I think some of the injuries kind of gave her an opportunity to play some too, to get used to playing the defense that we're playing and stuff. But she can really shoot the ball. We knew she could shoot it. I didn't know it was going to be that good, especially catch and shoot from the 3 and stuff like that. I mean, I see it every day. And I evaluate every day in practice shooters and who, what their shot should be and what their role should be. And I mean, it's been a while since I've seen somebody shoot it that good. I don't know if we ever had. I don't even know if Brandy could shoot it that good. She's that good of a shooter, especially catch and shoot. And then she's getting better at that jump shot. That wasn't her thing, that jump shot. And you can see her now penetrating middle and getting that jump shot. And she's pretty consistent. I take a few more like her.
You guys are for the conference record you guys have. Is that something coming into it that you kind of expected, like we were going to be at this, or has this been a pleasant surprise that you guys have gotten to this mark so far?
If you would have asked me that during the summer, I would say, man, we really, even with Charlotte being out, she's not playing anymore. I mean, when I saw her at the end of the summer after the 8 weeks and, all the transfers that came in and what they brought, I thought, man, we could be really good. This is probably could have been one of the best scoring teams that I've, because Charlotte can shoot, she's 6'3" and she can shoot the three. And I mean, she can score from everywhere and rebound. And I thought, wow, that was going to be a big plus. And then when we lost her, I thought it might be a little bit tougher because that's what we were missing last year. I thought we were missing that rebounder that could score. And, now, your Cam and Ash has really stepped up. Her game is so much better and she found her role. And so now our hybrid play, and Yanaya's back now. So it's better. Our hybrid play is better than last year. And then our guard play with Erica, TR is just calmed down now and she's like kind of being the quarterback on the club. And so I think that's a big thing. Can we continue to do that? But yeah, I mean, like right now, you'd have asked me that pre-conference, I'd have said it's going to be tough because we were shorthanded. I didn't know when. Honestly, we didn't know when we were going to get kids back or if we were going to get them back. And once we started getting them back and they all started coming back, it kind of started to fall together. And you can see the team that we really have now. That's what I saw early on. That we could be good, but potential is always a scary word. So. But yeah, I like what I see now. If we can continue to be healthy and stuff like that and continue to play together, I think we can do some good things.
If I'd have said you would have got off to this start with only one loss at this point, do you think you'd be in a 5-way tie for second place?
You know what? I thought the conference was all like, everybody was talking about James Madison being the best. And I kind of agree with that because they had the most experience. But then I looked across the board. And so now you're kind of guessing because there's a lot of transfers and there's a lot of movement on teams. So you didn't really know, but I felt that it was open. I really did. I thought, other than James Madison, I mean, anybody else could beat anybody else. And I think that's kind of we're getting ready to see what's going to happen right now. We're starting to play on our side, the team's on our side and stuff like that. And, they all the one losses and all that, I didn't predict it, but I kind of knew it could happen. And I mean, we'll see how it plans out. These next 2 weeks are going to be extremely important, I think. Yeah. 1-1. Okay. All right. I'm still saying I'm in. I would love to get those 2. It feels like we could get the 2, but I mean, you might be right. We'll talk to you next week about that. I'll ask you a question.